and then I just be like, damn. Like,
and I feel like I sound.
That's what they listen to. That's what they listen to when I talk. Like, I apologize. I feel bad because I feel like that's what
and I feel like I sound as gay as I am.
And you guys are going to be mad as hell because I'm recording.
That's rude. Okay, well, hey, y'all. Welcome.
This is really recording right now. Yeah.
Shooting the shit? It's like, no. What do?
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Yes. Well, yesterday was a holiday. It was the 4th of July.
Yeah. Everybody was excited for the 4th.
Did y'all like fireworks?
No, fuck that shit.
Oh.
I don't like
Y'all don't like fireworks?
I don't really care for it, personally.
I lit fireworks.
So I watched them being lit. I didn't partake in actually lighting a match or using a lighter to set fireworks and watching them go. But so, I did watch the fireworks with my family though.
Yeah, I definitely let off a few Roman candles and things.
Oh, that's really
Sounds
nice.
very destructive.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
So,
Is everyone good?
Yeah.
I'm straight, bro.
Are you energized and ready?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just, difficult life decisions. Like trying to figure out what you're gonna order.
You just over there looking like
like I'm really trying to assess. Well, my weekend, I'm just trying to set my weekend up right because this is my vacation time, and I was supposed to be in New Orleans. I still could possibly end up in New Orleans, but I was just going down there for my mother's birthday.
Oh yeah,
she's probably going to be doing Essence Festival things. I just intended on letting New Orleans show me a good time, however that good time comes to me, kind of thing, and just celebrate my mother. But I procrastinated like I always do. And now tickets are
maxing
$1,000.
Right. And it's travel season too.
Yeah, so it's peak travel season.
Busting heads.
So, yeah, life decisions. But either way, if I get stuck in the area, I still want to make it count. And feel like I was on a vacation.
True.
So, there's that. I don't know. 4th of July, I'm just not really as excited about it anymore in my adult years as I used to be. It was definitely a big deal, but now it's not. I guess it's because we live in the age of wokeness.
Yeah, you can
celebrate
really enjoy
manslaughter.
Yeah, but see, also we're only just celebrating white people's independence from other white people.
Right. Because Juneteenth is the day that as Black people we celebrate.
Yeah,
right.
So.
And see, also Juneteenth wasn't even a thing until almost 100 years later. So there's that.
Right.
There's the fact that your independence still did not negate the fact that my people were still slaves. Right. And we won't even celebrate the day that we were no longer slaves as a country together. So fuck y'all on 4th of July.
Yes, that was not politically correct.
But that's just kind of how I feel about it. And it's not because, I don't know, politically correct is tricky because I feel like everybody expects everyone to know or anticipate how what you say can be offensive when sometimes it's not any deeper than that's just how I feel.
Yeah, right.
Not for nothing. I didn't even know you were offended. I apologize that, that was able to cause you offense, but at the end of the day, sometimes intention should be given a chance to be read as well.
I agree. I think intention is the key factor. I feel like in a lot of political correct. I don't know if that's even the right term. But yeah, I just think intention should be taken into consideration when people get so upset about certain things that they're so easily offended by or upset about. But I also am one of the people that feels as though I can't tell you how to feel. So, like, I feel like your feelings are valid. And if that's what upsets you, then I can't just say, oh, well, like, nah. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like, it's, I don't know.
But
like,
no,
not in no disrespectful way, but it's still kind of like a build a bridge and get over it. Like, I think sometimes, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm...
What?
I just don't know how to articulate it without sounding like an asshole. Come back to me.
Come back to me. I mean...
I'll put down a skip card.
Not put down the skip card.
And myself.
Nah.
I mean, I feel if you don't care about what people think, you're usually not politically correct. And I put that in air quotes. I feel like if you overly care what people think, you may tend to be politically correct, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Evil? I don't know. Because I feel like...
It's tricky, though. It's like, I don't know. It depends.
I also feel like there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah,
I feel like there is a time and a place where you should be able to be politically incorrect. Which would be amongst friends and people that really know and fuck with you. And
but I don't know. But like, what is the intention behind political correctness?
Not to hurt someone's feelings, maybe.
I guess. Yeah, what? Not to. Right, with intention. I think that, again, that is the thing. Your intention is not to offend anyone. So you try your best to be as politically correct as you can. Yeah. Right. But without not being yourself. You know? Without
so it's a roundabout way of... So it's a nice way of saying nasty things.
I wouldn't say it's a nice way of saying nasty things. Or just finding
alternative ways to say nasty things.
No, because I don't really think it's about saying nasty things. I mean, I don't think that should be your intention either.
So, okay, so we'll do a this or that to see. Because honestly, would you rather be called a Negro person or a Black person?
I would probably say Black.
Probably Black too.
But what if there's someone who would make a case that for Black being offensive to someone or something, or like Negro being offensive? Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you say. I do. I definitely do.
Like a white person could choose to say one or the other because they feel like they're not being offensive, but there's still a way that a Black person could be offended by being called evil.
True.
Or if they like choose to say,
or like the argument of American versus African American.
Right, like, that's a good one.
I don't feel like it's fair that I have to be called African American. My heritage is American.
Right.
Like just as sure as Timmy and them from down the street. Yeah, but or you know what I'm saying, apartment next door, like we're just as American. We have different experiences. Just like French people do. Like Black French people, white French people don't distinguish. Like it's not African French. It's
just French. That's true though. Yeah. That's definitely true. Yeah. So is it politically incorrect to call them Black French or?
I guess maybe it would be. But that's what I'm saying. But
know.
like
I don't think that would be politically incorrect.
But in some way, African American is offensive, or it could be offensive to me. But like, see, also, there's a Black person who's probably cringing at the fact that I would want to drop the African from in front of American. Right. But it's not even a question of like where my lineage is derived from, more than it's just like, this is still the country that I know as my home. And I don't know. I feel like that's just a tricky thing. To be a Black person in America and to want to have some sort of pride for the place you're from, but still like struggling to
Be proud of the place that you're from.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or not even be proud of it, but just like
accept it. Accept it. We're from here.
Yeah.
Or even if you do find some sort of way to be proud of it, it's still never going to get you anywhere because the people that look like you are going to look at you like you're crazy. Because they're like, well, this country's never done anything for us. And it's like, true. But this country has also shown us that black people of America are lit as fuck because we make a way no matter what the situation is.
True.
Are, things fair? No. Is the game rigged? For sure.
Hell yeah.
But niggas is still out here, like,
Doing
showing up and winning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we turn your scraps into gourmet meals. Like,
right, yeah.
Literally, like, so I still feel like being a black American, in a way, could be lit. Save all the fucked up shit.
Not an African American.
I'm
Just
American.
a black American. Yeah. Black American.
I'm American.
Black
I am a
Americans.
product of the America, like, that we know, which is fucked up, which is offensive and run by racists and
bigots.
The words.
We said it.
Like,
knock
just,
on wood.
You know what I'm saying? The deluxe with cheese.
Deluxe with cheese.
Like,
Pale Mafia.
But it's America. It's what America is. Like, organized crime was a huge part of this country's legacy as well. But somehow it's okay to talk about it in film, but it'll never be brought up in, like,
real life.
Actual factual books about shit and, like, their history lessons. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a narrative here, obviously, but
right.
I don't know. Political correctness is tricky. It can get you in a lot of trouble.
Well, so do you think that because we live in a time now where political correctness is so pushed for it really is pushed for us to be as politically correct?
As much of a push for political correctness.
You see, you don't think there is as much of a push?
Mm-mm. Look at our president.
Exactly. I think that's why it's more like they're pushing for it.
Think about
He's
what
definitely
I said of this country being
though.
an institution that it is. There's absolutely no way in my mind that Donald Trump can be the president of the United States and we at large have a standard for political correctness.
The only reason why I disagree with there not being a push for political correctness is because of call-out culture, because that is a thing.
Yeah.
If there was not a push for political correctness, then that wouldn't be a thing.
But even still, like, being politically correct about, I don't know. I think I would much rather prefer the political correct shit be set to the side. Like, tell me who the fuck you are, so I know how to move accordingly. Don't. You know what I'm saying? Don't put no perfume on it. Don't try to. If it stink, it stinks.
No, I think that's a difference, though. I don't think.
But that's not a difference. Because people will censor themselves for the sake of being politically correct, which is with intention to drive a certain agenda. You know what I'm saying? Walk in a certain way, talk in a certain way. You could believe the complete opposite. So if I know where you stand from jump, I'd rather have that than you give me what you think I want to hear, what you know I want to hear from you because you have an intention. Like, you can still have the same intention, but I want you to handle me differently.
But you can smell bullshit, though. Like,
not
honestly,
everyone can.
Yeah.
There are gullible people.
If you're talking about, like, real racist, you can smell that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
For them to try to be politically correct, you're not gonna be able to smell that.
I mean, but like but how do you define real racist? Because real racist to most is just like
prejudice,
one of those rah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think
very
so.
Apparent. I feel like that's very apparent.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have that. If you're a real bigot,
it's gonna come out some way, somehow.
No, like, yeah.
Okay.
Well, at least that's the way that I see it.
Okay, but then we're surprised when Paula Deen is out somewhere calling the niggas in her kitchen niggas. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that makes my point.
Who was really surprised though?
Yeah,
apparently the world, because it was national and international news at some
people who weren't surprised.
But that's all I'm surprised. If you weren't surprised, that's a different thing. But generally speaking, not from you, I'm saying generally speaking, that was something that was made a big to do about. That was something that was in headlines. And again, this was a woman who was walking the walk, talking the talk. Did you think that she was riding out for motherfucking black people? Hell no. But you also
But she also wasn't on my radar either.
We're going out, but I'm just saying, if you still, just because she's not someone you necessarily resonates with you, like she still was very big in popular culture. Like everybody was talking about cooking with butter.
Right, but what I'm saying is that she was on my radar, so I don't know. If I were to believe her political correctness beforehand. So that's what I'm saying. How I couldn't correlate that.
But I'm just saying, other people.
But true, no, because it was a big scandal.
Okay,
it was a scandal with a capital S. Okay, I remember that.
So I'm just saying, like, white people can be tricky. They've always been tricky. Even the ones who give you the excuse of like, oh, well, my best friend's black is usually likely.
Yeah, you know, it's really sad because you've also said this too. It's like you really can't give them an inch or a mile. Like you have to just assume that they're just gonna do something problematic at some point.
But white people, that's all white people. That's all white to me. Until we break ice,
because I do know white people who are not those people, and they're very aware of their whiteness.
Mm-hmm.
And we speak about it, and we make jokes both ways, because at the end of the day, we're humans to each other. It's not about a black or white. But if it comes up where there's something that offends me, or whatever, they're able to have those healthy conversations and it not be no issue, because they understand that they're white.
I haven't met those yet.
No, but they're out there.
Shout out to Megan and Evan, because they my real ones.
Because you also can't generalize people like that either. Because we're also mad about people generalizing us. So,
but that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
But even still, there are not very many that I've come across outside of those two people. I mean, here or there. But those two people stand out to me because they are just authentic and like true. So I don't have to. I never feel like I have to question if there's like an underlying anything. Like they even will speak to their like underlying prejudices and how they can be better at. Like I just fuck with people like that. Like if you want to be a better human being and you understand the type of human being you are based off of the shit that's been made up hundreds of years before we got here. And that's a whole nother topic for another day. Yes. It's how everything we do is made the fuck up. Political correctness is made the fuck up. Like
big ass simulation.
The Matrix.
The fact that we have to like hold people to a standard of like just being tactful with the things they say in the rooms that they say them is kind of stupid. Because it should just be general like law of living. Be respectful. Be respectful.
Well, yeah, you should. But then again, it's still
that hard to
get offended though. You can't guess. Like you said, you just never know. You never know. You just never know.
But I'm just saying again. But even still, offer people the chance to give you their intention.
Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Well, not even that, or just the intention thing, like we said earlier.
So it's just I don't know, but. Everything, it's just we live in such a cast stones time right now.
Do you think that we are too sensitive?
I feel like we have become really sensitive to select things.
Yep, that was perfect. That was perfect.
Definitely. I definitely feel or not even that we've become sensitive to certain things more than we want to pretend like
we care.
We have sensitivities. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's everybody needs something to believe in. So now that the internet is as big of a thing as it is, it's always a cause that you could possibly get behind just by scrolling through your Instagram for 15 minutes. So it's just one of those things where, like, I never really, like the conversation we had earlier about the Justice for Junior thing. That is really, really sad. It's super fucked up. Like, broke my heart from when I read it. But there's also a number of Black and brown young men in this city who have not been able to make it past the start of this month.
Right. A couple.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't get to light fireworks this 4th of July. Some of them might have had their outfits ready and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kids, and it's not to take away from how this kid lost his life, because it was very unfortunate. But it's also like, where do these platforms grow into a place that we start to care more about everyone and not just the ones that we want to put the spotlight on for 15 minutes. Like, yes, it's a valid issue. Like, this kid died for no reason other than some niggas thought he was a dude in a video fucking somebody's thought-ass sister. Because it looked like she was pretty aware that she was being recorded.
Right.
So, you know, like, and even then, we don't know what all of that was about, but it happened. And these things are happening everywhere. So either I'm going to be sad every minute of every day because I'm going to be out here trying to champion the cause of every single one of these kids that gets hurt, or I'm going to try to go out into my community and be a better example and maybe, you know what I'm saying, save a kid's life by taking them to the park, or, you know what I'm saying, something different. I feel like we just need to be a lot more active and less vocal about the things that we say are important to us. It's a lot of talk and there's no action. Or maybe I'm just not a part of the action, so I feel like there's no action.
I mean, because we also don't know what those people who are saying things on the internet doing, you know, when they're not on there either. So
that is true.
That's true.
I don't know.
But it's still just generally, like, how often do you hear about the causes for those types of situations locally than you do about, like, one select person in a city of America, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm high, y'all. I think this is just, like, going all over the place.
I don't think it's going all over the place. Right. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's that...
But, like,
it's a broad topic, though.
Yeah. But, and my thoughts or opinions could have maybe not been stated in the most politically correct way. So
that was probably
it's just still what you thought. That's fine.
I don't know.
This is the space for you to say however you feel. So,
but it's going to hit the internet waves.
And
it's going to hit the internet.
And
you'll go viral.
I mean, I don't know. It's just shit like that. It's tricky for me, like, because I think about it from, like, a broader perspective, and then you, like, bring it into, like, a microscopic situation. It's just like, this shit is it's too tricky. Like, I can't.
You just got to go back to what you said earlier, which is, as long as you know what your intentions were, and you know the point that you try to get across, I mean, that's all you can really do. And if you've hurt someone's feelings, if you feel as though you need to apologize sincerely.
Yeah.
Apologize.
You know, it's...
But then, too, like, is everyone deserving of an apology?
That's totally up to you. I'm not for, like, insincere apology, so don't give me a fake apology. If it's not going to be a real sincere apology. But what if I honestly,
truly don't feel like
apologizing?
Your offense, like your happenstance offense to what I had to say deserves an apology because you were offended. Like, would it not be fair for me to just acknowledge how I offended you and we kind of move forward from there? What am I apologizing for?
I mean, again, like I said, I don't want any fake apologies. So if you don't feel like,
but do you understand what I'm saying though?
Yeah, I get it. But
because
if you
why am I But even still, you're offended.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. I recognize your offense. I acknowledge your offense,
mm-hmm.
and I say that was not my intention, and I explain my intention.
Mm-hmm.
You still feel I deserve an apology to you because I unintentionally offended you?
I mean, I think saying that is an apology, kind of.
Just like offering your intention?
Yeah. And then like...
Yeah, if you're saying how you meant to come across.
Right. If you're stating your intentions, I think that was an apology.
Yeah. I mean, it's still up to that person to accept it or understand the point where you're coming from. I don't know. That would just be like a back and forth conversation. Me.
But yeah, like that's it's not... when I think of apology, I think of like actually having to sincerely say, I see why you feel bad that I did this and I'm sorry for, or I, apologize because I did not mean to offend you. And I could just simply say, I don't apologize for offending you. I just didn't know that you were going to be offended by what I said.
Okay.
Because I don't have to be sorry. Like maybe I meant what I said, but I didn't mean to offend you. I don't have to apologize for it because I meant what I said. Does that make sense?
It
just sounds really rude.
It did sound rude.
I would laugh.
It did because I was like, wait, what?
Well, it makes sense to me. I don't know. Sometimes I don't think it should be like a sorry for 2004. Sometimes it's, hey, my bad, you got mad, but you just happened to get mad at that. I'm not gonna say sorry.
Well, my bad is kind of saying I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure.
But I don't know. But like I said, I feel like that would be that would just have to be a conversation. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that scenario that you just
So when's the last time you feel like somebody
offended
you or said something that wasn't so correct of generally how one should speak to you or whatever?
I haven't been offended in a while.
Must be nice.
For real. Wait. This white lady at my job always asks me, is my hair real? That offends me. But then I know that she really doesn't know.
Does she not? Because why the fuck would you be out here with fake hair and your hair?
I don't know.
Okay, Misha, we know people get the fake dreads all the time, though.
However, does Reco even, just appearance-wise, give you the aesthetic of a man who would go and pay for locks?
No.
Exactly.
But we also know Reco. This white lady don't know him. I'm not telling you to give her a pass.
Nah.
For you not to get offended.
A pass. She definitely never gets
But I'm just saying. I mean, I guess he also is trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, too.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. But she asked you this more than once.
No, she asked me once, and then she always asks me, how do I get my hair done?
Okay.
What do they do? She'll be like, do they take them out? And
wait, did she touch your hair without your permission?
No, she
okay.
never. She never does.
I was about to say.
No.
I was about to say.
No, that's fucking disrespectful as hell.
I was just trying to make sure because she was touching your hair. I was like, wait, did she?
I get offended a lot.
Because I think because you deal with people a lot all the time.
You work in that
at work.
That field, man.
So I could see.
You know what offends me most though is when people tell me, "Oh, you speak so well. You sound so smart." Because I feel like it's just a fucked up way of saying, "Oh, you're a bright nigga."
It's a backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
It's
definitely so I was
compliment.
Just stop saying that shit, y'all. White people don't say that to black people. It's not cute. It's not cool. Because you wouldn't tell smart white bitch she speaks really well. You just be like, oh my God, I love what you said.
I'm gonna say that one time.
To
speak witty really well.
Oh my gosh,
bitch.
You really know your stuff, bitch. What the fuck you think I'm here for?
You really know your stuff.
I'm just saying, I'm selling you $200-$300 product, and you want me to come at you with some. Oh, I mean, it's alright. You're not buying that,
right? Mm-mm.
It's like going to the car dealership, and the man that's trying to sell it to you don't know shit about cars.
Exactly.
I don't. Like I said, I can go on and on. The don't touch my hair is always a thing.
No, I've never had my hair touched.
The UPS man at my job also never. I think sometimes he forgets who me and this other girl are because we change our hair so much.
Oh, shit.
And he sees us every day. But,
so he be calling y'all each other names?
No, he doesn't do that. Like, he knows who we are by name. But I think it just throws him off when we come in with new hair.
Oh, okay. Is he white?
Mm-hmm. I mean, but generally speaking, all the white people kind of like...
Yeah.
Are just like, oh my God! Or like customers that like regularly come in will not even realize that it's me for a minute. And I'm just like, bro, like, I just talked to you last week.
It's not their culture, man.
Like, I know the hair's different, but I haven't changed. Like, I was still the same motherfucking person. I don't know. Maybe they just be lost. They don't be known.
They don't get there. They don't know that shit.
White bitches wear weaves.
Do they?
Yeah.
What?
They be wearing extensions and shit. Little clip-ins.
They ain't gonna get no blue shit.
Yeah, they will.
They color their hair all the time. What are you talking about?
Actually, this lady at my job does have purple hair.
Exactly.
Purple.
Yeah, that shit is purple.
Like all of it's purple. It's just like streaks
of purple.
Okay.
Some retarded shit.
Not some retarded shit.
That's technically politically incorrect to say.
Oh yeah, you can't say retarded. But see, like shit like that. Like,
I mean, look.
See, yeah.
But retarded as an adjective sometimes is accurate, and it's not necessarily intended. Like, I'm not intending to offend
but you retarded.
a specific group, but it's just like the word fits for that. Yeah, does that not make sense?
I get it, but because I say the same thing about all those other words that people are offended by when it comes
that's
to a
like
specific
me saying,
group.
Nigga, that's gay. I can't say that no more. And I've been saying that all my life. And I got hella gay friends. So it's like, it's not even like me trying to be offensive or even put anybody down for being gay. It's just like, nah, that's gay. Like, it's dumb. Like, that's what I use the word gay as on occasion. I get it's bad and I shouldn't say it. But I'm also kind of like
embedded.
Yeah,
but that's
language.
That's why I say because there's a but in like all of those scenarios, pretty much. That's why I just stay away from it because of that. Because there's always going to be a but. There's always going to be a but.
A but about what?
That like I didn't mean like I don't want to come off offensive, but.
But that's
what I'm saying. Because there's always gonna be a but. That's why I just stay away from it.
So it's like I don't mean to be offensive, so I can't say this because you're going to be offended. Like, I can't say it because you're going to be offended. Just because you're going to be offended, not because I intend to offend you. That's what I mean.
I mean, yeah, you could. Well, that's that. That's the way that I'm going about it. That doesn't mean that everyone else has to.
I know, but I'm saying I just feel like general opinion is if a community at large feels like it's inappropriate to say it just because it's inappropriate to say it to them, then that's the standard. So no matter how, Black people have their own colloquialisms and ways of saying things, or just generally like just being an urban kind of environment and setting, you pick up little sayings and phrases or whatever that never stemmed from anything other than it was just something to say to somebody. I can't say it because you're offended, and I know that you're offended. But it's only because, I don't know, I guess it's tricky because maybe if it was turned around to something, it was turned around onto something that, like, I was really...
That's what I'm saying, because there's always going to be a but, and you don't know, because like you say, you can just turn around to something that's going to offend you, and then you're going to be on the other side of that, and being like, oh no, fuck that, I don't give a fuck, you know?
But that's what I'm saying, like, so...
What if you just leave it at, I'm not trying to be offensive? Just don't say anything else after that.
What? Just say, I'm not trying to offend anyone, so I...
Just won't say anything.
I mean,
that's
what your grandma said.
You don't have
nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Yeah. Right. But I don't... We just...
Nah, but I say gay as shit all the time.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I do.
Look, that's what I said.
But you can't say that no more, Rico. You can't say that. You can't say that, even though gay.
But like,
so it's straight.
Happy.
I know, but I brought up this point earlier. I said that there's a time and a place for everything. Yeah. I said that you should be able to be politically incorrect in front of people you love and your friends who fuck with you. I'm sorry, there's a time and place for everything.
Like, that's where I would
like,
say
I'm not offended by that's gay. I'm gay, so like, I'm not offended by that shit. I know y'all fuck with me, so like, you know.
But, like, if I were to say it out in the world and somebody decided to, like...
I'm saying, bro, I warned you.
Pay for it.
I warned you. And if there's a big fight to break out, I'm going to be on your side, of course, defending you. But I'm just saying, I warned you about saying that shit out in the public. I'm just saying.
You're right. I mean, yeah, but I just... everything is just kind of... always opens itself up to just having a one-sided view because everyone is human. I feel like we just all learn how to mind our motherfucking business and just kind of operate in the truth of whatever your truth is. Then being correct about things wouldn't even be a question because we would just treat each other decently.
Right.
And that's the long and short of it. Like, if you just... would live your life with the intention of treating people the way you wanted to be treated.
It would be good.
Wholeheartedly, like all the way through, we'd be so good. But no.
Right? That is not
Walk
the world
on
we live in.
And be careful of what you say and how you say it and where you say it and why you say it. And you also have to be able to defend the things you say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm going to listen to this back and cringe the entire episode.
You're not going to cringe.
I'm probably going to be like, oh my God, why did I say that?
Why did I say that?
I can't take that back.
It's totally fine. I'm sure people will agree with you. I think you'd be surprised.
Possibly. Maybe so. I don't know. You know who hasn't been very politically correct lately?
Who?
Our favorite, Kanye West.
Oh, yeah.
That slavery was a choice. That's not politically
very politically incorrect. Very politically incorrect. I wanted to read his New York Times
article
piece on him because I was around the listening party in Wyoming time. So
that's probably gonna be good.
Yeah, I need to see what that was about. So
I don't know. Things are weird in the world.
Very weird. Very strange time.
Your favorite drag girl is getting dragged.
Trixie
Mattel for making a racist joke.
Yeah, again, that's why I said there's a time and place for everything. It was a fucking roast.
But it was just like kind of one of those things where, again, if we're going to be real about motherfucking slavery for what it was and just how this country was founded, it was kind of funny.
You can always find the funny in things.
I'm just saying, but like, you understand the intention. It was a roast.
Mm-hmm.
The girl that she was speaking about was also
present.
So it's not like she said the shit behind her back.
Right.
And then it's like, there was a point in history where Black people were picking cotton. So it was kind of like an on-time joke. If we're like, it was fucked up, but like Black people did pick cotton.
And those are the point again in a roast. You make fucked up jokes. Like that's just what happens in a roast. So it's like.
But I'm just saying it would be different. If it was just her show, it was just a one woman show,
right.
And she, just came out with that joke about a Black girl picking her cotton, the cotton for her dress. Right. Then it's like, okay, sis, where, did we think this through? Right. But I think it was very clear the intention of the joke. And it was very, I thought it was
a funny joke.
It was on time. I mean, again, and I'm a Black person. Like if I would have been there and it was a roast and she said that shit about me, I would have died. Like, does that make me a bad Black person?
I don't know. No.
For having a white drag queen say I picked a cotton for her dress.
No.
That's savage, though.
That is savage. Is it savage? Yeah. She's a comedian. Like, but like some
I can see why that hits home, though. Why that would make somebody mad, but I don't.
But it's not like she was like, I wish Black people would go back and pick cotton.
Right. Like, it was, again, it was a joke. It was a joke. That was the intention. Joke.
Yeah. Like, I think it's how she said it, too. Because it would be different. Like, somebody was giving the command, like, "Oh, you Black bitch, go pick the cotton for my dress."
Right. It wasn't
like then it's just like, oh, so you don't know the history of this country, like you're not familiar with what? Oh, okay. I don't know, or maybe I'm just making excuses because I kind of like trivia.
Or you just got the joke and you weren't offended, and it's fine. It doesn't make you a bad Black person at all.
Sometimes I feel like things like that too.
Oh gosh.
You can't support white people that make racist jokes. Especially if all the other Black people in the world perceive them as racist except you. That makes you a poor Black person. I.e. slavery was a choice.
Well, I guess that did make me a poor Black person for still listening.
No, I was a poor Black person because I
still for him as well.
But no, I didn't even cape for it. Our whole life like broke down what he possibly maybe could have intended that ain't no other nigga thought of. But then like for a second I had to like So
I mean, yeah.
I'm just saying sometimes I could be an ain't shit Black person.
I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case at all.
I don't know. I really can't wait for this what's the name movie to come out though. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna be mad at Spike Lee again. They always are. The Black Klansman.
Oh yes.
When is that coming out?
This summer?
I think in August. If I'm not
Let me
mistaken.
check. But yeah, I can't wait for that either because. That looks like.
But I feel like
really
he's
good.
always someone who puts issues of like the Black experience in the face of kind of mainstream Hollywood.
It comes out August 10th.
In a very like real way without being like out. I mean, again, you're offended if you're offended because it's your feelings, but. He does a good job at like telling stories authentically. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that too.
Also looking forward to seeing Sorry to Bother You.
Me as well. It's like
Sorry to Bother You. Who's supposed to be in that?
Lakeith.
Oh, that's that joint.
Yeah,
I do want to see that. When does that come out?
Tomorrow, yeah. It comes out tomorrow.
What is the Lakeith movie about though? I haven't even looked it up.
It's telemarketer.
Yeah. He has to put on a white voice. As a telemarketer and like
work his way up the corporate ladder.
Yeah, Tessa Thompson's also in it. Danny Glover is in it.
Girlfriend.
And
damn, it's got 95 on Rotten Tomatoes.
It looks good. So
I'm
super excited.
Nah, but I do need to place this order though.
Sorry. Done talking about political correctness?
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Fuck y'all niggas.
Fuck your feelings.
And
the clicky clang.
I can't.
Way to end the episode, right? We're gonna talk about how to treat people right and talk correct and not be offensive, and then be fuck your feelings and your clips.
It's 2018.
That's what y'all president do. That's what y'all president be doing.
MAGA,
not MAGA.
America wasn't never great, so ain't no again, ho.
Yeah, fuck
It's a very aggressive, angry ending note.
Sorry. Bye, y'all. See y'all later. I don't know if he ended already or not.
Did you end it?